Monolly. I am Monolly. Welcome back to another installment of Meaning Behind the Music. My patrons voted on this one, and they voted on Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Before I get into that, I wanted to say I received messages and emails saying that my PayPal tip jar wasn't working. I don't know. But thank you for anyone that wanted to check that out. I did create they suggested I do buy me a coffee. A couple of people actually suggested that one instead. So I created that. The link is below. Being that I have two small children, it very well might actually go to coffee. But really it goes towards, like, I got my microphone, I got this thing to cover it before I get like new software to make it better, and things like that. So I appreciate it, and the link is below again. Okay, so this one is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I have to give a disclaimer. I'm not a big Beatles fan. I just never have been. I don't like the psychedelic. I don't know, we all live in a yellow submarine. Like, I know there's much better Beatles songs, and people that don't like the Beatles always bring up that one. But there is a song I love, and it's actually in like one of my top 20 favorite songs, and it is the Beatles, and it is I just seen a face, I can't forget the time or place where we just met. She's just the girl for me, and I want all the world to see we've met. La 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 la. I love that song. Oh, and of course everybody likes Yesterday. But I'm singing it like Boys to Men, I think. Doom, 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 go my... Okay. Anyway, so this is all about Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. And there's some theories surrounding it. So let me just get into this first. So the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band album, which Rolling Stone named as the best album of all time. At one time they did. I don't know if they still feel that way. But it will actually be 54 years old on June 1st. 54 years old. It's old. But the best album of all time, I'm kind of like, I don't know, because there's so many other ones I feel like that are amazing. Johnny Cash, Nirvana's album, I don't know. That's just my opinion, though, and it could be because I'm not a fan of the Beatles. What do you think? Comment below. What is the best album of all time? Album, mind you. There are a lot of theories about the meaning of the song, but only one of these theories is spot on, is right about the actual meaning and inspiration. So let's see if you can guess which one. Okay, theory one, it's about LSD. This gained traction for two reasons. One, the band was known for experimenting with drugs, namely LSD and marijuana. And two, LSD is the same initials as Lucy, Sky, Diamonds. Coincidence? Paul McCartney stated in an interview after the album was released that he was indeed smoking weed and using LSD during the making of the album. Fans during this time were looking for really any reference in the album to drugs, and this theory was an easy one to kind of cling on to. Theory two is that the song was inspired by John Lennon's 3-year-old son, Julian. This famous story that's been passed down goes that Julian had brought the picture home from school that he had drawn and told his father that it was of his friend Lucy, and she was up in the sky with diamonds. Lennon's mind loved it. He was just like, oh, perfect. I don't know why he sounded Arabic or perfect. But his mind wandered toward the Lewis Carroll books that he was rereading, mostly Alice in Wonderland and Through the Looking Glass. And he created this song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. It was born when Lennon looked at images from, like, the image of Julian's picture, and then he combined it with elements of Carroll's stories and poems. Maybe. Theory three is it's about a woman who would someday come to save John Lennon. Shortly before he was killed, Lennon said this of the song. And I know a lot of Beatles fans hate Yoko. I think most do, right? Isn't that like a thing? So you're not going to like this quote. There's your disclaimer. Quote, there was also the image of the female who would someday come save me, a girl with kaleidoscope eyes who would come out of the sky. It turned out to be Yoko, though I hadn't met Yoko yet. The imagery was Alice in the boat, and also the image of this female who would come and save me. This secret love that was going to come one day. So it turned out to be Yoko, though, and I hadn't met Yoko then, but she was my imaginary girl that we all have, unquote. I know Beatles fans are just like... So those are the 3 theories. Which one do you think is right? It may seem obvious that it's 3 because that was a direct quote from Lennon, but it's actually the second theory about his son's drawing. So the song may have morphed to have many meanings, but the original inspiration and meaning for the song was that from an almost 4-year-old who drew a wonderful picture of a girl in his class. And that is the story of Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Music with Monolith. Cheers.